On the outskirts of a small town, there lay a winding road known to the locals as Shadow Lane. It was the kind of road you'd avoid after sunset, not just because of its lack of streetlights, but because of the story of the Midnight Walker, a spectral figure said to roam the area, clutching a blood-stained axe. One chilly autumn evening, 17-year-old Alex found himself walking home along this infamous lane. His friends had dared him, laughing off the old tales as nothing but urban legends. Confident and a little reckless, Alex accepted the challenge. As he walked, the night grew darker and the trees along Shadow Lane seemed to close in. He chuckled to himself, thinking how silly the stories were. But then, he heard it, a soft dragging sound, like metal scraping against the asphalt. Alex's heart skipped a beat. He told himself it was just his imagination, spurred by the spooky setting. But the sound continued, growing louder, closer. Alex quickened his pace, glancing over his shoulder. In the moonlight, he saw a figure, shrouded in darkness, dragging an axe along the ground. Panic surged through him, and he started to run. The footsteps behind him grew faster, the sound of the dragging axe echoing in his ears. Alex dared not look back as he raced towards the safety of his home. He finally burst through his front door, panting and terrified, convinced he had escaped the Midnight Walker. Shaken, he recounted the tale to his parents, who were quick to dismiss it as an overactive imagination. But Alex couldn't shake the feeling of dread that clung to him. That night, he struggled to find sleep, the image of the shadowy figure haunting his thoughts. The next day, news spread through the town of a grim discovery on Shadow Lane. The police had found an old, rusted axe with what looked like remnants of blood on its blade. The legend of the Midnight Walker, once a mere spooky story, took on a new, terrifying reality. People spoke in hushed tones about the history of Shadow Lane, about a man who had once lived there, driven mad by loss and grief, who had turned to darkness, wielding his axe in a fit of rage. They say his spirit never found peace, eternally walking the lane, searching for something or someone. Alex, once a skeptic, became a believer. He never walked Shadow Lane at night again, and always wondered if what he saw was a ghost reliving its tormented past or something far more sinister. The mystery of the Midnight Walker remained unsolved, a chilling reminder of the thin veil between legend and reality.